Hey, Unbreakable Kimmy, how are you? Hey, Iffy. Okay. Only one pretty black. I got that. I like that name. Amethyst, thanks for joining. Chanda Kumar. So I actually kind of did my, so I worked on my, like last week, usually I only do once a week with my laser, but then I noticed I missed a spot. So like I came back on Wednesday and did it again. So I don't know that I'll be necessarily doing my laser too thoroughly today because I just did it like 3 days ago, but I'll touch on it anyway. I'm just giving people some time to join because people come late a little bit, so. So how are you guys doing today? Is anyone going to join me today anyway too? Because I can also split this. So if you guys want to ask to join me at any point in time, you know, for Self-Care Sundays, we can do it together. You guys can show me like what you're doing or how you're using it at home. I think that'd be good to not just see me all the time. So oh yes. Hello. So to get rid of striae, I don't know actually. I have to kind of look up the term. If you could give me more detail, like maybe Lay's terms. I did biomedical engineering undergrad, but we never used striae. So I have to look into more detail on that. Hello. Okay, we getting there. A couple minutes. Oh, striae. Yes, stretch marks. So this is the stretch marks pen. It's a pen for everything, basically. The laser is the pen for hyperpigmentation. So this is the pen for hyperpigmentation, and then this is the pen for that I use for stretch marks and for people who basically don't want to have anything invasive really. So there is because we're browner skin, there is like some scabbing that forms with this, or there can be, and then it heals and it peels off and then you do it all over again and whatever. So that's how this one works. But this one, there's really none of that. And so if people, you know, want something that's a little bit more like, you know, basically less invasive, then they can use just this and it'll work on stretch marks. It basically helps it gets down to the lower layers of the epidermis so that it can help to regenerate collagen and regenerate the skin there so that it's just not like stretched. So very similarly to how I'm working on this scar here, my stretch marks are very similar. And so I use the same settings and yeah. Also, yeah, amethyst, this can be used for skin tags, but it takes a lot of, so you basically have to, it's really hard. It's hard to make it as precise as you possibly need it for skin tags, but you can. So you take I can't even, the word is escaping me, tweezers. Take tweezers and you grab the skin tag if you can, and then you would aim the laser at the base of the skin tag and you would just like put it on its highest setting, and then that would separate it at the base because it would be attacking basically the black there, the melanin that's there, that's connecting the little piece. But it would take a little bit of practice. So I wouldn't just go straight into it. And I actually want to do a video on skin tags. My mom has a bunch of skin tags all around her neck. And then some of them grew back. She got them professionally removed by a dermatologist like many years ago, and they all kind of came back. And so I'm going to try to do a video on her so that you guys can see like how to use it on skin tags. So, hey, thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Okay, so I'll start with my, you know, my regular self-care. And like I said, if you guys anyone who joined late or a little bit late, it's not late, you can, if you have your device, you can join me in this self-care, so it won't just be my face and you won't just see me, and we could just do it together. I'd love to see some other people using it on live, so I'd really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm going to start with my usual. I'm going to be using my JUA serum, and basically I give these, so everyone who has their JUA 85 should also have one of these, because I've been giving them for free, for free. So if you purchased one, you got an extra one. But basically this is all natural oils that I use as a base so that I can glide over my skin fairly easily. These are antimicrobial oils. They're not going to cause acne. You know, geranium oil is very lightweight, so I won't walk out of here looking like I put Vaseline on my face. Hey. I'm sorry, people are waving at. I feel bad. I'm not saying anything. Oh, that's my apartment. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my JUA serum, and then I'm gonna go from there and do some of my micro needling. And I haven't talked much about what the 5D Nano does, because I like to use the 36 point because it gets to business. But the 5D Nano works pretty well in the sense that it's a way to have a micro needling experience without actually having the needles there. The laser, it depends on what is on your hyperpigmented knees and elbows. So for example, there are people who have like dark marks from like scars and things like that. It'll work on that, but I wouldn't suggest it. I'd actually suggest the needle, because it'll help to reproduce the collagen that's there, and basically give you some brand new skin on your elbows and knees, like before you got it dark from friction, because it's basically what it is from friction. So the 5D Nano is really excellent for, it kind of reminds me of microdermabrasion in the sense that it is making kind of small pinpricks, but the number of if you can think of it as like little mountains, the number of little mountains that are there that are causing these little pinpricks are gliding across your skin and also kind of creating a microdermabrasion effect. So I really like using that as well if I just have dark marks or something that I'm concerned about. But it takes a little bit longer and a little bit more dedication, which is why I like to go straight to business with the 36 point. So I have my 36 point here. Per usual, I have it set at 0.5. Someone asked me the other day, they bought it, and then they were like, what's this millimeters? And like, the millimeters is for the dial setting. So so I have mine set on the correct setting, and here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna use it on my skin like usual. You don't want to miss any spots, because it's going up and down. So as you glide, there's certain things that you're gonna get and not get. So that's why I do side to side, up and down, diagonal. And you can use it, before you use your laser. Thank you. Is it Capera? I am working on, okay, so more details, y'all. So this hair removal laser that I'm building is ND YAG, which is the only laser you can use for hair removal for brown skin. It's usually huge, but we have some new advances that are allowing us to make it so that it'll be handheld, advances in lasers. Yeah, exactly. Needling before laser for synergistic results. And also, the acne, you can like solve your acne problems and the dark marks won't go away. For example, I had that dark spot that I'm always working on and telling you guys about. I had it was cystic acne. Like, it was deep. It was not like, there was no head to it. It was huge. And I tend to get those like not often, but I do get them, and they cause really like a lot of damage to my skin. I had one when I was a kid that caused a scar on my nose that never actually went away. It's like a raised cystic acne scar that I've been like self-conscious about. You guys probably can see it. It's like here. and it's just raised. It's kind of like, it's the same color as my skin, but it's just like it's basically like some scar tissue under my nose. Oh my gosh, Brandy, that's amazing. Yeah, for rosacea and melasma, this is what people use because it helps to, you know, get the blood flow to the skin and helps for regeneration. So, yeah, I just love this pen because it does everything. So, I'm trying to think of the next spots I want to work on with you guys because it looks like my dark mark is going to be gone in like 2 more treatments. The big dark spot that I have. So I really want to find something else to work on, but everything that I want to work on is like is going to be hard to film. So I'm going to have to think about it. Cuz I definitely like I have some more dark marks on my bikini line that I want to use this pen on. So there's some really, really dark ones, and then there's just like the overall darkness on my bikini line. I don't know if it's from waxing or from what, but I definitely want to work on that with you guys. So maybe I'll just like create a program and we'll all work on it and we'll talk about it. Okay. So I'm feeling good. And after this, I'm actually going to try to leave the house for the first time in forever. So that's why I'm wearing my workout clothes. I'm actually going to try to go do something. Okay, so next I am going to go over my dark spot like I normally do. Everyone is asking me, do you need to use this ultrasound gel? And I do suggest the ultrasound gel for 2 reasons. Well, 3 reasons. The first thing is that ultrasound gel helps to cool this area so that it's not as, you know, as harsh on the skin. It also helps to blend out the laser frequencies so that it's not as directed in just one area, because this can be very pinpoint, like the way that the laser works. So we're going to try to make sure that it's more spread out, and then it works better. So just like in general, it works better. So get the ultrasound gel. I also started to sell it on my site this week because everyone kept asking me, like, I don't want to get it, I just want to get my stuff. And it's just there. So now I have it on my site. So, you know, what is the best frequency to put the laser on to get rid of hyperpigmentation spots? So I say to put it on a 9 frequency and a 1 intensity. And, does the microneedle or laser affect tattoos and microblading? It does. It does. So I'm going to start this, go back in the order. So Tiff, microneedling does affect laser and tattoos. You shouldn't be using it because it's basically using the same kind of technology that tattoos are using. And it's going down depending upon how you adjust the millimeters or the depth of the needle. How you adjust it will be the same depth as what a tattoo can do. So you'll be over there messing up whatever is happening with your tattoo. So I wouldn't go over it. I have microblading on my eyebrows, so I don't use it on my eyebrows here, but I will use it anything that like touches, you know, the area. So yeah. Are there any contradictions for this? Do you mean, I don't know. Can you expand on that when you say that, Miss Brandy? And what is the best frequency to put the laser or to get rid of hyperpigmentation spots? So, like I said again, 9 frequency, 1 intensity. And here, and I'm gonna start now. Okay, so I put on a good amount of gel because it's gonna still get through it. So I put a good amount. And now that I focused on the top a lot, you can tell. Yes, so I'm working on a hair removal laser. So it's me Insta said, will you be coming out or working on a laser for melanated skin? So this is a laser that works on all skin types, which is why we are on the 9 range. but we're working one for laser hair removal right now. It'll be done by the end of the summer. The prototypes I'll have probably, the back and forth will be done by the end of the summer. And then when we have to do the FDA approval, and that's going to be the part that's going to take a while before I can get it to market. So that's why I'm suggesting probably 2021 sometime it'll come out. But that is going to be crazy. Like it's ND YAG basically. So when you use the when you use the ND YAG lasers, they also lighten your skin at the same time. So it'll be hair removal and it'll also be skin lightening, not like lightening like white niches or anything, but lightening dark spots. And the function of the gel is to conduct the laser more evenly across the skin, so that it also for a cooling effect. So that's the function of the gel. So I'm gonna put my glasses on, and then I'm going to go over the spot, the lovely spot that I hate, and that I've had this spot for months, and I'm just so glad I decided to start working on it. So we're gonna set the intensity. So set the frequency first. So not 1. Let's start at 9. Oops, Jesus Christ, I went past it. Trying to look in the thing. Okay, and now 1 intensity. You can go up in intensity. I wouldn't suggest changing the frequency, but I would go up in intensity. When you're brown skin, stay with it. It depends, on how brown. Like if you're, very light skin, you can go maybe like 8 or 7. But I would suggest anyone brown, 9, 1 intensity to start, and maybe go up to 2 intensity, 3 intensity, 4 intensity. So those are the things that I would start with. So I'm going to go back over. So the lower area, it's really hard. Sorry, let me drag this over here. So you have to be very careful about what area you're doing, because it will lighten. It's not going to do too much, but it will lighten whatever you put it on. So you try to get your dark spot is what I'm saying. So let's do that. And I think 2 beeps is good. So you can do up to 3 seconds, but that's really if you're like a lighter individual. So I usually say, test a patch on an area. Like if you're concerned about any type of effects, try to do a couple of beeps and see what it feels like on your skin, what it does to your skin. Kimber Bumblebee asks, what does the intensity do? And so basically the intensity is like how strong the on the range of the, so the frequency is if you think of sinusoidal waves, right? It says like how high the peaks are in between, and the frequency tells you how fast the waves are going to be thrown at your skin. So basically it's like how fast are these waves going to come at you. So we have the frequency, which has the how the distance between the waves, and then we have the intensity, which says how fast it'll come at your skin. So that's the difference between the two. And I'm just going to do a little bit more, because these are making little tiny dots, and it's because they're so small, it's rare that I'm probably ever going to overlap. So why not just give it a little bit more love. Okay, I feel good. I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. And off with my glasses. And I also want to cover, I want to take off some of my gel. I know someone asked me before, like, do you take off the gel? Yes, you can take it off. And I do want to talk a little bit about aftercare. So after you do your laser, regardless of whether or not you use your laser or you use your microneedling pen, you're going to want to just wash your face with like very, very, hypoallergenic things. You want to use like a Vino or a face wash that you have read that is really good for all skin types. You don't want to amount of pressure you're putting on your skin. I mean, increasing the intensity affects the depth of the laser or the amount of pressure you're putting in. No, I'm sorry for interrupting, guys. I mean, increasing the intensity affects the depth of the laser or the amount of pressure you're putting on the skin. It affects the intensity. So it's the intensity on the laser. You aren't putting pressure on your skin. The laser is shooting out at a certain frequency and a certain intensity. So you'll know to switch from 1 to 2 if you have good results with your 1, and you kind of want to test it before you go up in intensity. You don't want to just go up in intensity. So test it before you go up to 2 intensity and just see what happens. Always, anytime you make any changes, go up, because we are brown skin. You can't just, everybody's skin is different. So, you know, my skin here, like I said, my skin here is different actually than my skin here. And my skin here is different than like my chest skin and my back skin. Might be tougher, might be not as tough. So you just want to just like do a couple of little beeps, see what happens. Okay, I'm good at this intensity. Let's up it. So next thing, and the good news is that you have the ability to do so because you have your own laser. So when I go to the dermatologist or when I go to estheticians, usually they will know in advance what they think is best, and they'll go and they say, is it okay? Does this burn? Does it hurt? Did you get any problems from the last time you came to visit? And I'll have to, report to them. But here you can literally just go beep, beep. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, I can leave it at this. So you can do it yourself. And then I'm going to go over the card a little bit. And I think I was talking about Aftercare. 72 hours. Don't do exfoliation. Don't use any harsh chemicals, any harsh treatments on your face. Just wash your face normal. Don't do anything crazy. Try not to be in the pool or anything like that. So things that there's Aftercare directions on the website for both the JUA 85 and the Soleil laser. But just try to, see what you can do. See if you can follow those to the T or as best as you can, because it'll help you to heal faster and not cause any, issues with your laser use. Also, again, the card, talking about the card, this tells you the different uses, and it tells you, what millimeters to put it on, the depth of the needle, and then according to the depth of the needle, how often you can use it. So for example, I'm working on my acne scars, but right around acne scars is also light scars, and I'm trying to look, and also fine wrinkles. So that's 0.5. 0.5 millimeters you can use once a week. So when we do our self-care, that's good. These are good for the body as well. Retinol is so retinol is super strong, and it depends on what retinol you have, but I always suggest to just chill with the retinol for the 72-hour period. So retinol is really good. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just say just chill out on the 72 hours, because you don't know how it's going to react on your skin. And so yeah, the retinol is something I would suggest to not use. So I'm here for any more questions you guys may have. Anything that you're concerned about. Let me see if I missed any questions. Retinol. Yes. Okay. You guys have some really good questions this week. This was good. All right. I'm gonna wait for more questions on here. And like I said, again, please join me. Please join me. Bring your device and join me next week so that I can, accept your invite to come and do this live with me. Because I want other people to show how they use their devices. How often can you use a laser at the JUA on the bikini area? It depends on how deep your scars are. So according to that card, right, there's light scarring, there is deep scarring, there is maybe some, C-section scarring. Depends on what you have down there. You would use the JUA accordingly. And then also for the Bell 51, if you heal within 3 to 4 days, you can reuse it again. If you need a week, then you can do it. I would say once a week for both of them. Yeah, not 3 seconds. Yeah, amethyst, not 3 seconds. Yeah. 1 second. I saw that you did it yesterday on your live. Yeah. So try 1 second. Do the double beeps. that I have. So it's like beep beep, do that. You should not, yeah, and hopefully you did. Did you see the test or do like a patch test first? And how often do you use for stretch marks? So for stretch marks is, so I use them. I have to do as I tell you, not do as I say. I have to do what I say to you guys, not don't do what I do. But so for the stretch marks at 1 millimeters, you can use that do like a treatment once a month. So, oh yeah, I could talk about common user errors. That's probably the most common user error. So first I'll answer only one pretty black. Okay, do you have consultations? I do one-on-ones. Anyone who has a question with me or for me, you can just say like, I want to talk to you about it. And then we could just have a Zoom meeting and we'll just talk about it, because I don't want I don't want anyone to have any problems. It's like, if you have any problems, you have any concerns, it's not what you want, not what you thought, send it back to me. Like, I don't care. I'll give you your money back. I just want to make sure everybody's using it correctly or has like good results from it. Okay, so can you talk about other common user errors? So other common user errors, the first thing is not using the gel. The second thing is the 3 seconds is up to 3 seconds, but I always suggest patch testing like 1 second to see what happens. You can burn at that level. So just 1 second, or like even just the 2 beeps. Like watch my videos, see what I use, how it's like I just kind of go beep 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 beep, move on from it. What other things do people usually? It's usually people feeling like they're should be at a different frequency or a different intensity, and feeling like they should go up one and then just going all the way up and just not even testing it to see what the effect would be on their skin. So they'll just go up to the level that white people, sorry if there's any white people on theirs, but the level that white people use. So you can't do that. So it's all about testing. It's all about seeing what works best for your skin, because everyone's skin is different. So like everyone's skin is different. Every part of your skin is different, and you have to be really careful. Let's see. I think another user error that people make with the JUA is that they're scared of the needles, and it doesn't hurt. So you shouldn't be scared of the needles. It doesn't even hurt until you get to like 1 or 1.5 or even 2. The idea of them, I think, scare people, but it doesn't hurt. So, just as an FYI. And you're not using your full capacity of your JUA if you don't use the needles. Like, there's so much more you can do once you use the needles. Yes. Let me did you ask me? I don't know how to join. So Amethyst is the esthetician, and she's gonna ask me some questions. Send me a request, and then I'll have you on the live if I can. I don't know how to see the request for someone joining your live. I saw it before one time, but it wasn't somebody who I knew. So, I don't think I can send the request. I think you have to request to join and it pops up, but let's see if maybe I can add you. Oh, maybe I can add you. Here, let's go. I'm adding you.
Hey.
Hey.
Good. I was trying to figure out how to send the request, but then it popped up. Did you send it to me or did it pop up?
I sent it to you.
Okay. So my question is, so I have the tool right here. I'm not gonna actually do it because I did it yesterday. I do this spot here, but I want to know, does the tool itself, the laser itself, does it need to be like on the skin, or can we like pull it away from?
Yeah, so like you can pull it away, but like you won't see effect for like a while. It should be like on the skin. And I know that it can cause, so like I don't know if you saw the video, but I have a what to expect video that I put up.
Right.
And you can see like what like the results would look like. So if you leave it on for 3 seconds, it can burn. So you just really have to leave it on for like 1 second is like zero point 0.5 seconds.
Okay.
Like it can go up to 3 seconds, like depending. So we have another esthetician, Becca, who used it for. She had like a whole bunch of sunspots on her chest, and
Okay.
she's very fair skinned, so she could
Mm.
do that. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
like as you get browner and browner, you want to just lighten it up. And I like to do under rather than over. So like even though I can tolerate maybe like 1 second, 2 seconds, I'm just
Right.
gonna put it where the lowest, and so
Yeah. Right. Okay, good. So I did do the frequency at 9, intensity at 1. Instead of doing the full 3 seconds, then next time I'll just do the 1. Um, so trying to think. Like, I don't know if I could flip my camera because I have this like if I do. It's okay. I don't know if you could
I can see.
signs like um it bruised a little bit as far as like a little bit of scabbing here, and then one other spot I have like a little bit of a scabbing. Should I wait because of that? Should I wait like a few days or a week to do it again?
Yeah, I would wait. Just do it once a week to start, because first of all, you have to
Okay,
feel comfortable with it. So I don't want you to
right,
you get the feel of things like once you're used
sure.
to it, you're used to like the after effects and that kind of thing. So I actually used mine twice this past week, but
Hmm.
that's because I'm comfortable with it. So,
Right.
I would use it like I know, okay, I have a little bit of scabbing here, but I can just do the other area, or in between or
Okay.
whatever. Um, but I mean, just wait till they fall off, which should be in
Okay.
like, a couple of days,
Sure.
and even by then you should be able to exfoliate, do your regular skin regimen. So
Uh-huh.
then sometimes they just fall off because you just did a regular skin regimen, like you just did some light exfoliation,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, they went away. So and then you can do it again. So yeah, it should be,
Good.
once a week is good. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Other than that, like packaging, amazing. Love the look of the tool. I was like just turning it on, and like you said, you could smell a little bit of burned skin. I was like, oh, this thing is high tech. It's really nice.
It actually probably hair too. So
Really
like
great.
I have hair, like light hairs on my face. I think everyone does.
Uh-huh.
And so like it's still like a type of, so the laser type still notices black hair. So like even
Right.
if the lightest, it'll burn. Like actually what it was I was doing was my under chin. I have like hairs under here, and
Okay.
I had dark marks under my chin, and I was like, oh, this smells really. And I noticed that my hairs under my chin had burned, and like they looked like I had pressed it, like I had taken a
Yeah.
hot comb to my hairs under my chin. So I think it also like is also, but it's not a hair laser, but it's like
Got it.
it'll burn
I got
hair.
it.
It'll burn hair. So
But
that's
yeah,
good as
so
well.
far that's all. Yesterday was my first time using it, so I practiced a little bit on myself. My mom just like little, various areas, face and a little bit body. But I know, like you say, the more I use it, I'd probably be getting the handle of it and everything. But I'm excited. So
Yeah,
thank you.
just if you have any more questions or you want to join next week and do it with me, that'd be good.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Good. And then also, if you have any more questions, you can email me and we can do like a Zoom or anything like that
Okay,
during the week or anything like that. So,
awesome.
yeah.
Thank you. That
Thank
was awesome.
you. All right. Bye. Oops. I think I did something else. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I think well, let me leave some more room for some other questions if other people have questions. Okay. It's so crazy because sometimes I am about to sign off and then like someone's question comes through and then I feel like, oh no, I missed something. So I'm just giving it a couple more seconds. And I think I was talking about The hair removal laser. So the hair removal laser is going to be about this size, and it's going to be like a handle, and it's going to be able to do like they call it spot size. The spot size will be about this big, and you'll be able to do your bikini lines. You'll be able to do under your chin and all types of things. Can I quickly go over the aftercare regimen? So aftercare, hold on, let me grab some of my aftercare stuff. Aftercare for the Soleil laser and aftercare for the JUA. So aftercare for the JUA, I usually just apply the serum again to my face because it's good for pre-use and after post-use. And I leave my skin, nothing on it for 72 hours. I wash my face with Aveeno, or I use like regular like Dove soap. Like basically treat it as if I had gotten a tattoo. I'm trying to think what other things are like, you know, the most common sense thing is to treat it with care and to not put any chemicals that you think that you don't know what they are, or not hyperallergenic or could react with, you know, something being even close to an open wound. So, for example, the same thing goes for microneedling. The same thing goes for the laser. There, regardless of whether or not there's a scab, there's nothing, you see nothing. It doesn't mean that it's not open. It doesn't mean that it's not like open to affect by anything that you put on it. So like from the good stuff to the bad stuff, it'll react. So if you use retinol, there's drying effects to retinol. It could help, but it could also harm. And so you don't want to chance it with how your skin will react to it. So that's why I say 72 hours, because by then there should be enough, you know, of a barrier that's built up in your skin to put on anything, to do anything afterwards. But yeah, I say if you have acne, you can still use some of your acne medication or acne washes, but it's just as long as it's not very strong, I wait at least 48 hours to start putting like salicylic acid and that other stuff. But you need to have on deck some sort of like hyperallergenic, you know, face wash, so that you're not, you know, you're cleansing the area, but you're not putting anything that's going to have a crazy reaction to it. Then yes, SPF is definitely another major thing that, you know, I apply, but I haven't. You're supposed to apply SPF. I haven't left the house in 2 weeks, so that's why I didn't think about it. But it's definitely in your aftercare, on your aftercare write up. That is, should be in the email you received, and it should also be on the website. And Black Girl, obviously, Black Girl SPF is really good. Black Girl sunscreen. I'm trying to think of some other things. So this I also apply, which is a vitamin A and D ointment. I apply that right after. Or you can, you know, wait a couple seconds like I'm doing now. But you can apply it. And, you know, just like I said, natural ingredients are always good. Natural ingredients are always good to apply to your skin after these treatments, but just avoid things that are very strong and chemical in prescription skin medications. So I think that might have answered it. And Dr. JD, you are MD, so you know everything anyway. um, so okay, I think that might be it. Let's see. And I can also like put the link up if anyone wants like more aftercare details, because it's, if you go on the website, there should be, it says how to use the JUA 85, and then even on the tutorials for the Soleil laser, it has aftercare. So you know, you click on it, it'll tell you like all the aftercare stuff. Yeah. Okay. I Oh, how many times can you use the laser? So it has a really long pulse life. I think it actually has a pulse life for use every single day, and has a 4-year warranty. So you can send it back to me, get a new one if it dies on you, if you use it every day. So thank you, Miss Brandy. You're so smart. So all your technical terms, but thank you. How many? Okay, so yeah, so you could use it every single day for 4 years, and it should not die on you. And if it does, I give you your money back. So I think that might be it for today. I'm so scared. Y'all, this is like the first time I've been outside. I haven't even gone outside to protest yet. Thank you, Faye Faye baby. I haven't gone outside yet at all, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. I feel like today was really informative. You guys got a lot of good questions out there. So, okay. I think, well, hey, Foreign Beauty.